But first off, news of the day. Absolutely shocking. The New York Islanders have fired Barry Trotz, the Eggman. I can't. What was your guys' reaction when you heard the news? Because I was stunned.
I was caught off guard, to be honest. I was just sitting. I was sitting there, and I didn't. I saw it before Friedman retweeted it.
Oh, they were that ahead of it.
I'm like, yeah, that's a first, right? Considering Roger Sportsnet.
Because it sucks for your TV. I
had to do it. But no, I was so like surprised. I feel like I was one of a few who were like still high on the Islanders, where it's like, guys, like I think we're coming back next year and we're going to see a similar team to what we've seen the last 2 years. But I guess Lou Lamoriello has other plans. And if Lou Lamoriello says he has other plans, he has other plans. It's just the way the world works.
Daniel.
At first, I think I was shocked that it happened because I think that he's done an amazing job, Barry Trotz, with the Islanders. And there were a lot of things going on that I think were beyond his control that led to the dismal finish for the team. But at the same time, what I'm feeling now is it's a Lou move, and we will never know why he did it, to be honest, like all the other past coaching changes he did with New Jersey, because it's Lou Lamoriello and it never leaks to the media.
Well, I think today he was directly asked, and he's like, I'd rather not say, which people are speculating about that. Friedman sort of not reported, but has a theory that maybe it's just a pure thing of players maybe wanting a new voice. Yeah. My first question was, is this centered around Matthew Barzal in some way, shape, or form? About him not being maybe the player we all expect him to be, but then you think, who have some of his line mates been? Oliver Wahlstrom's been up and down and hasn't worked. I just think, I don't look at the Islanders and think we have a coaching problem here. They start with that massive road trip, which is sort of that out of Barry Trotz's control that you mentioned there, Daniel. You think of some of the decisions they made. They lose Nicoletti. Now, like Noah Dobson's had such a great breakout year, but that Devon Taves deal doesn't look good for the Islanders. Those 2 seconds, and look how good Taves is with Cale Makar in Colorado. Leaving Eberle exposed, re-signing Palmieri after having a bit of a disappointing stretch with the Islanders, and Eberle gets claimed in expansion. It's just, Barry Trotz, in my opinion, might be the greatest systems coach we've ever seen in the game of hockey. I've never seen such a negative reaction to a coach's firing than I saw on Islanders Twitter today. I can't think of one.
Yeah, though it's surprising. It's surprising, right? Because, like, why like you said, Adam, like, was Barry Trotz the problem?
It's not like his system has proved to be like Ovechkin has some of his best years under Barry Trotz.
Right.
So it's not like his system purely pulls back offensive capability. Now, maybe it doesn't work with Barzal, and people have sort of said maybe Barzal's the type of player that needs less coaching. He's more free-flowing. Then I think, okay, does he need a Marty St. Louis type? If I don't even want to come to Montreal, Barzal, come at me, please. But is that the thing? And this is what's so annoying, as you guys said, we're not going to know because Lou just won't let us know. No, I won't. So apparently Barry Trotz is going to take some time. I believe it was Friedman may have said that apparently he might be interested in the upper management position. I mean, he's been coaching for how long? What's it? So Nashville, Washington, and now the Islanders. Like 3 teams only in his entire career.
Right.
That's pretty. I'm trying to think. How many did Scotty Bowman do? Montreal, I think Pittsburgh, Detroit?
I think so.
I will double check.
Yeah.
And then
for me, the surprising part of it was what you said, Adam, is he's a system guy.
Yeah.
And when I think about that, the way the team was built, that's signature Lou Lamoriello for me. That's what he did so well with the Devils. That's what he's been able to do when he had his greatest successes with that franchise. And I really thought that this was just mimicking it the same way. But again, we spoke about how things were before with Lou Lamoriello and the way he, I guess, looks at coaches, the way he kind of wants to assess and evaluate how well they do with things. Because I remember when the Devils were winning their divisions and he just felt, I think it was John McClain, where he said the team was not playoff ready.
Mm-hmm.
And he fired him like 4 or 5 games before the end of the season.
Yeah.
And same thing with Claude Julien. Same thing with other situations there too. So it is just a signature Lou thing, but at the same time, I think this really does establish that one of the best coaches right now is going to be on the open market. Maybe he does take that upper management role, but it's weird for me because I don't know what the Islanders' next step would be from this.
Mm-hmm.
Just to confirm, for Scotty Bowman, he started with the Blues, went to the Canadiens, Sabres, Penguins, and then finished off with the Detroit Red Wings.
And that's all as a head coach in St. Louis included?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, it speaks to Barry that he's been around for so long. And yeah, I'm looking at, I was thinking of another longtime coach, Joe Quenneville, Blues, Chicago, Panthers, and that's it. And unfortunately, he'll be hired again probably this summer, which is going to be a shame. And I hope the Islanders don't do that.
So was he not Colorado? No. Yeah, right?
Who?
Joe Quenneville?
I don't know if that was as a head coach. Let me double check. Because I was only looking as a head coach. I don't care about assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was an assistant for 3 seasons in Colorado/Quebec.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That was 94 to 97. Did they win any of those? They won in 2002.
The Avalanche? No, they won 96 against the Panthers.
No, I mean their second one. I was trying. Okay, so
second one, 2001. Yeah,
2001. Okay, so he was there for one of them. Yeah, because they won the year after they got the year after they relocated.
Yeah, I think it was the first year they relocated.
That's insane. Yeah. Anyway, okay, where else can we go from? Yeah. So anyway, I think it's useless to speculate about who the Islanders could pick up because we won't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We won't. There are candidates out there. It's just funny to look back a couple of weeks ago, Daniel, when we did that little segment talking about, do you know what? These coaches that won't be brought back. I really, really didn't. I thought Barry Trotz had him and maybe John Cooper, the safest jobs in the league, more than like Jared Bednar. I thought he had the safest job in the league. So to both of you, we'll start with Alex and Daniel. Who is a team you could see Barry Trotz landing with? Let's say it's a head coaching job for argument's sake.
Oh man, I think to me the obvious answer was, and I didn't even realize it at first, is Seattle. And with all due respect to Dave Haxtell, it did not work out this year for them. And the biggest thing there was their goaltending. Their goaltending wasn't great. And there's probably more than one reason for that. Philip Grubauer doesn't just magically drop off the face of the earth. Mm-hmm. And I think if you're ownership or if you're Ron Francis, that's the first call you make right now.
I think that's very fair. Daniel.
Yeah, I think I had 2 teams. So for me, I also thought Seattle because there's a lot of veteran guys out there. And what we saw with Barry Trotz was when he went to the Islanders, he got the most out of these guys that I didn't really view them as these game changers that he perceived them as. Like I think of a Josh Bailey or the emergence of an Anders Lee. And I think the Kraken have those elements. He has his own guy there, like Jordan Eberle. He still has Jaden Schwartz out there. But the other team I think about are the Red Wings. And it's also because Barry Trotz likes that system. He likes to establish what he wants there. And I think Steve Yzerman would give him that free reign to really see what they have with the young guys and establish a system and an identity.
Why'd you say Jaden Schwartz, by the way? When did him and Barry work together?
Oh, no, I meant like Jaden Schwartz as in like
there are guys like capable, good players.
He's kind of like he's a capable guy at just you getting the most out of him. Not to say that he was with Barry Trotz before. I'm just saying he's an example of like a Josh Bailey type of player. He's like a middle 6 guy that maybe you could get all-star numbers out of him with the right coach.
You're marrying every coach to Detroit, eh? But like, I mean, once Barry Trotz is there, Barry Trotz is the type of guy that he puts other coaches' jobs at risk. Yeah, I'm looking at some other teams, by the way, and by the side note, when's this Marty St. Louis extension coming? Can we hurry that up, please? So I was thinking of I'll put my phone on do not disturb. I'm sorry. Never forget when I did that. Then I looked at my phone and Jake Allen was a Hab. My favorite clip in the show's history. My first team I thought of was the Winnipeg Jets. Apparently Barry Trotz is from Manitoba. And here's another little wrinkle. So apparently stuff in Winnipeg seems to be calming down. Shifley has 2 more years. Dubois has some more term before they have to either lock him up or trade him. Barry Trotz's system is relying on players buying into the system. If Barry Trotz, at the same time of bringing him in, he can either bring the Jets together, make a Hellebuck's job a lot easier, and they can be a force in the Central again, or you really realize, God damn it, Winnipeg, Barry Trotz can be the guy that exposes if Wheeler and Shifley really want to commit to winning at every level. So I think they'd be a great one. Also, Philadelphia, because, again, who can bring in the defensive system more? And, yeah, open check. If you're going to splash, coaches don't go against the cap. So go do it. I was going to say maybe the Devils, but apparently Jack Hughes really likes Lindy Ruff, which is weird. So I guess so Lindy Ruff is staying there. And I was gonna looking at some other teams, and like Anaheim obviously have the team option. I don't know if the Sharks are okay with Bob Boughner, but do it. Vancouver could be another one if they don't figure it out with Boudreaux and he goes somewhere else. So yeah.
Listen,
or Golden Knights, Vegas, that could happen.
Listen, I think every coach is looking over their shoulder today, with the exception of 2.
John Cooper and
Jared Bednar, depending on how the playoffs go.
Yeah, when they lose to Minnesota in the second round, like my bracket says. And maybe Rod Brindamore.
Yeah. Okay, let's add Rod Brindamore. I'm okay with that, unless they lose. But
I don't know.
That's Rod.